today you have a Rangers photo op at 5 o'clock with Karen, Richard Horvitz, David Fielding, and Vernon.
Very cool.
And then tomorrow, y'all have a panel at 3:30. So other than that, we're just signing today.
I started Comic-Cons probably April.
May Memorial Weekend was his first show, Comic Palooza in Houston.
Yeah, and this is my agent, Zach. So in the Comic-Con world, he keeps me going everywhere. I got back, I was in the Middle East for 4 years. I got back April 1st this year. Got together with Zach, my buddy Walter Jones, you guys know him as Zach the Black Ranger. Kind of hooked me up, and he was like, hey, you know, you need to come check this out because we still got fans everywhere. And I was like, it's been 21 years, what are you talking about? We have fans everywhere. And he's like, no, really, they all got bigger now. They're all training their little ones in on which show they're supposed to be watching. And it's been crazy, you know. England last week, we were in London, we got 2 weeks in Australia coming up. There's no prepping for it, man. It's an onslaught, but it beats being in the desert with a bunch of sweaty guys, let me tell you that. People with cameras instead of rifles. I love my brothers, I love the soldiers, love the Marines, but the fans are a different breed unto themselves.
What does that mean for you to walk around with this thing here?
Number one, it means don't drop it, because this thing came from Anarchy, and about 35 people that gifted it to me would kill me. Number two, it means that, I don't know, maybe like there's a couple 100 million people out there that might have had something to say about it. There's people watching. It's like that song, somebody's watching you. I feel like that all the time. Checking behind the mirror, checking the shower curtain. Who's watching now?
Austin St. John, my hero, dude.
What's up, brother?
I got a suit, I'm bringing it to you to get signed. You are my hero.
Bring it by, I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you.
All right, man.
All right, some of your heroes growing up, who'd you look up to?
My parents, number one. My dad, amazing role model, Marine Corps. My mother was amazing. First female cop ever in the local city of Roswell, New Mexico. Bad to the bone. I mean, tough parents, but I had all the other stereotypical stuff too, man. It was Superman, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Batman. I am Batman. I need to get a picture with that. That's pretty bad, right? You talk about something I grew up with as this right here, right? That's crazy. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, right over here. Hey, man. How's it going? Joe.
Good to meet you, Austin.
Let's get you inside.
Like this is what I grew up with, right?
Just take your time getting it.
Gotcha.
All right, so now, if you want to turn on the dash, just say the words KITT activate.
KITT activate. I mean, this was pre the Zord. There's no teeth on it, but it's still pretty cool.
Look above you, there's an orange and blue switch right over here. Turn those two on as well.
I remember I was a teenager and I wanted this car. And Michael Knight was bad, that's what I remember. But this is pretty cool. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to drive this car? I didn't know that like 5 years later I was going to be driving a dinosaur. If you had told me that, I would have laughed. I get to blend in.
By the stage that
Gourmet exotic jerky. Every time I go somewhere where it's cold, I'm like, okay, let me wear something warm. And then I end up sweating bullets.
Here it is.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing? I'm Eric.
What's your name? Eric?
Eric.
Nice to meet you. I'm awesome.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother.
Oh, it's great to see you, man. I'm a big fan. I've been watching you since 1993, man.
Like back in the day.
Back in the day.
I do think that each of us is called to do something. Austin's translation from being a celebrity superhero to being a hero in real life, I think that really speaks to what his calling in life is, and the message that we all carry and give to one another. So I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
As the legend comes to me now,
Yes.
Rita Repulsa, other than the fact that we know that she always made a monster grow, she always had a headache when I got done with her. And the voice was like nails down a chalkboard, right? I can't even do it.
I've got such a headache!
I know the lady that did it, and she's like this big, and
She's little.
Man, she brought to life this character. So, but this is the original nemesis. So, been a while since I've been this close.
Me and Austin, it's so funny because obviously I knew who Austin St. John was when I came on the show, but I never got to meet him. And I didn't meet Austin until March of this year, 2014. And the first time we met, I did a TV show, it's like a web series called Uncensored Talk, and he was my first interview. And I wanted it to be him because he's such a legend in the Power Ranger world in fandom. And he's amazing. He's like a brother from another mother. It honestly was like we met and we instantly were cool. I was part of the family, he was part of the family. It's just the way he rolls. So I'm very lucky to have him as a friend, and very lucky now to kind of go on the road with him and David and Walter, and especially him and Walter, because I wasn't on the show with them, you know, and we didn't get to build that camaraderie. But now it's like we're all one big happy family. So dysfunctional but happy.
Well, Austin is a great guy. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to work together that much when we were doing the series, because we would record audio on days they were on the set shooting. So our paths only crossed. Since, you know, getting to know him better on the convention circuit, I think Austin's a great guy. He's got a great heart. His work that he did on behalf of soldiers in, you know, Afghanistan is just commendable, just amazing.
You know, one of the questions that I was asked about was what sort of things did I do in the Middle East? My last contract was about 4 years. My last tours were in Kuwait, and I was attached to Middle East operations there, and I was a paramedic. I was captain in command of my division on my given shift, where I was in charge of medics, and we were to render care to Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, whoever it was that was in need of care at that time. I had other contracts prior to that where I was in Afghanistan, I was in Iraq. Man, I've been everywhere, and it was always about taking care of the soldiers. Do I feel like a superhero because of what I did overseas? No. I was one of many, and I wasn't a soldier. I was one of many medics. It was my job to take care of soldiers, Marines, airmen, squids, all of the above. So, man, those guys are the heroes. I was just there to patch them up when they need be.
Growing up, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and you know, my senior year of high school, I decided I wanted to join the military, go and travel and see things. I've been to Afghanistan, and just, you know, we share that connection. So it's dope to have someone you grew up looking up to, and now you know you've been to the same places, you traveled to the same places, seen some of the same things.
My longest tour was in Kuwait. I mean, without getting graphic, right. As a medic, those are kind of moments that need to stay between the doc and the soldier, or the airman, or the Marine. Yeah, I just saw a lot of bravery. You know, I saw 18-year-old boys become men, and I saw grown-ass men break down and cry. Forgive the language, but that's for real. That's how it really is. And I just utmost respect. You know, too many moments to count, and not many of them that I would share outside of people like yourself. So, man.
Yeah, same here.
Like 1930s zoot suits?
That's right. Oh, how funny.
You guys have an order of preference for introduction?
I don't care.
Karen, Austin, or Austin, Karen, Dave, and me, or me, then Dave.
If you guys need water, it's down there.
Whatever works.
Or all of us at once.
You guys need water.
Thank you.
Everybody's gonna have questions to ask?
Yeah.
We'll only answer one question.
One question.
Collectively.
What is the meaning of life?
That's gonna take a minute. That's gonna take a minute.
Cockney.
This sausage is a moldy.
Moldy. Moldy.
It's a cookney sausage. It's moldy.
These sausages are moldy.
Whereas the Queen would say, I believe these sausages are rather moldy. Moldy.
Moldy.
And it might have to have
life is 42. 42.
Oh, that's your Michael
That's the
Caine.
answer to life.
That's Michael
That's
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Oh, it is Michael Caine.
42.
Found a culture. One of my favorite lines.
We could do it. We could do it. All right, so Zordon, what should we do?
What should we do? Well, I think we need to morph to the command center and take care of business.
Let's keep it real. Are we ready? Yeah. All right.
Do it.
Mordon said so. Mordon said so. That was moldy sausage and Zordon. Mordon.
Mordor.
Mordor. I'm
my
crossbreeding
thing
all of our shows.
Is it Zordon never even thanked Alpha?
No, he didn't.
never said thank you.
And
never.
what is your response, Zordon?
That's because Zordon loved Alpha,
But couldn't express
but
it.
couldn't express it.
You know
Couldn't
what?
express it. We have
I've
a
got
very-
a problem too.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, the Rangers never thanked Aisha for kicking
true.
Ivanus in the balls.
That's true.
Never did.
And so now, here we are with quite the dilemma. We have Zordon and Alpha 5, drama, Lord, what would the Queen say? And then Aisha with no thanks and no love. So,
Yeah.
what's going to happen next week, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen?
I think we need to solve that with a Zordon Alpha Buddy Road movie.
We need a Zordon Alpha intervention.
That's right.
But Zordon and Alpha should go to Vegas.
That's right.
Ah, it could be good.
Hi, Zordon. We've spent our last dime.
Use the power coin.
Zordon. We've spent our nest egg.
And then in walks the showgirls.
That's right.
Cut screen.
How are you guys? How about any Alpha 5 fans here? Richard Horvitz, Alpha 5. Finally, we have a man with all the knowledge, Zordon himself, David Fielding. Zordon.
Never mind. I know that I get questions about Zordon and Alpha 5 all the time, so let's hear some action. What you guys got?
I actually have a question for Austin. I know like you were doing the MedTech and you went overseas as well. What made you decide to come back to action?
Good question.
It wasn't exactly what went through my mind at the time. I've had a pretty good career as a paramedic. I've worked in and out of firehouses all around the DC area. I started as a volunteer, EMT, got my EMT basic, then I went through EMT intermediate all the way up to EMT paramedic. And then I got other specialized trainings in tactical operations, and I ended up overseas, and I worked over there for years. And I came back April 1 this year. Before I came back, I was talking to my buddy Walter Jones, and I was on the Kuwaiti-Iraqi border, and I was on comms, and we were just chatting, and I said, I think I need a break from bullets and Band-Aids and, the Middle East. And he said, you should come back because the fans would be bananas to see the original, as he puts it, leader. One show has turned into shows already being booked through 2016. I have 3 new movies in the works. I had no intention of coming back to acting, but apparently it had the intention of...
Zordon, there's trouble in Angel Grove.
Summon the Power Rangers.
Are you ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
It's Rompe time! Yeah!
Thank you, Rhode Island. Much love.
Everybody, let's hear it for the Captain Power Rangers!
Good people.